Hello my dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are safe at your home. In the previous class, we have read about computational thinking with the help of a PDF. But now we are going to study this chapter with the help of a video. So, the table of contents are definition of computational thinking, its components, analyzing, decomposition, pattern recognition, followed by abstraction and algorithm. So, first is computational thinking. What do you mean by computational thinking? When we divide a big problem into many small problems and find an optimal solution, it is known as computational thinking. It allows us to take a complex problem, understand what the problem is, and develop possible solution. The thinking can be logical, reasoning, and step-by-step solution. Here is one example of a boy, Aryan. Aryan, who wants to plant a large number of trees to make his colony green. He wants to grow around 2,000 trees, for which he needs a large number of seedlings. But his budget is very limited. He cannot afford to buy all these seedling costs. So, after a research, he concludes that seedling can be grown at a lesser cost. He first breaks his massive task, means large task, into many small ones, and he succeeds. Similarly, if we will divide a big problem into many small problems, we can succeed. So, here is a boy Aryan. He subdivides his main task into many small tasks, accomplished first, second, third, and so on. So, next is components of computational thinking. There are mainly 5 components: analyzing, decomposition, pattern recognition, abstraction, and algorithm. First is analyzing. Students, analyzing means to study or examine something in detail in order to discover more about it. For example, you want to study something more, or you want to discover something about a particular thing. So, it is known as analyzing. Next is process of understanding the problem and defining the goals. For example, you want to go to Kashmir. For this, you have analyzed the place. You have complete knowledge why it is so famous and what are the tourist places in Kashmir. So, this is known as analysis or analyzing. Next is, it is a process of considering something carefully or using statistical method in order to understand it or explain it. Next is decomposition. In decomposition, we divide big problem into many small problems. So here is its definition. Breaking down a large problem into smaller parts which are easier to understand is called decomposition. The smaller parts can be examined closely, solved individually, and makes the task more manageable. For example, you want to do 10 math sum. Firstly, you divide it to 2 main tasks. First to 5 sums, then next 6 to 10 sums. Same way, you can solve many big problems by dividing them into smaller problems. Here's the one big problem. You may call it large problem, then many small tasks. Similarly, in real life also, you can divide many big problems into small problems and can find the solution. Next is pattern recognition. In this, here is one example. You want to draw a diagram of a bird. You all know all the birds share some common characteristics like they all have eyes, beaks, wings, etc. So we can quickly draw a bird by including the standard features like eyes, beaks and wings. Similarly, in computational thinking also we can find the solution with the help of similar patterns. It exists among different problems and within the individual issues we need to look for both. Patterns make our tasks more manageable because they help us to make predictions and use the same technique that have been proven to solve similar problems. For example, doctor gives the medicine to the patients having similar symptoms. So, doctor use the method of pattern recognition. What can you see here? Is it a doll or something else? Next is abstraction. Abstraction means it is a process of taking away or removing characteristics from something in order to reduce it to a set of essential characteristics. Means it is a method by which you take out some characteristics from something in order to reduce it into a set of essential characteristics. It is a doll. Here in this doll, we focuses on essential features like its hair, its cloth, and avoid unnecessary complexity like which material it is made up of. Yes, for example, you want to get a drive in a car. You will never see which matter the car is made up of, but you enjoy the ride in it. Similarly, in abstraction, we focus on main things and avoid unnecessary complexity. Next is algorithm. In class 5, you have read about the algorithm. It is step-by-step method to solve any big problem into smaller problems, or you may say it is a method by which you can write steps. It can be written in any language, but we prefer English text. It employs logical thinking to develop a step-by-step strategy to solve any problem. It involves bringing all the above elements together to design a solution. So here's a boy named Ryan who is thinking to make an algorithm. Now, example of algorithm. Collecting seeds and sampling. Can you relate this algorithm to Aryan? Yes, Aryan. I have told you about Aryan who wants to make his colony green. He divided his problem into 6 parts. First was collecting seeds and samplings. Second, making samplings container. Third, making the mix needed for nursery bags. Then bagging of seeds and samplings. Then nurturing the samplings. And last, planting, and he succeeded. So, after reading algorithm, we have to read flowchart. Flowchart means diagrammatical representation or graphical representation of an algorithm. A flowchart is a type of diagram that represents an algorithm and its workflow. The diagrammatical representation shows a solution to a given problem. In class 5, you have read about the flowchart. It is the diagrammatical representation, means here we use the boxes to represent a solution. Here is one example of flowchart. In flowchart, for start and end button, we use oval shape. For input, we use parallelogram, and for decision, we use diamond shape or the kite shape, and for processes, we use rectangle. So, there are few instructions, students. Watch the video 2 to 3 times and write an algorithm to brush your teeth in rough copy. So, bye bye. See you soon in the next class. Take care and have a nice day.